Today's video is kindly sponsored by Raycon. Go to buyraycon.com/Kendall Rae to get 15% off your order. What is it?
I don't know.
What is that?
I don't know. Why are you whispering? Stop
I'm
whispering.
scared.
We need to go downstairs and see.
I think my fucking house is haunted, dude.
Yeah, you guys, this makes into this one.
What happened to me?
Seriously. I don't know. It's gonna do this the whole time.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a Q&A video. What's going on? Oh, yes. Oh my god, it's the fucking pet fountain, dude. Alright, sorry. We're a little on edge. We've had a lot of issues with strange noises happening in my house and in my studio lately. And we thought another one was just happening, but it turns out it was just my pet water fountain. It's all good, it's not making noise now. So we can start. Whew, okay. Yes, hi. Today I'm doing a Q&A video, which I haven't done in a really long time, like years, and I know there are at least 1 million of you that are new since then, so I guess I should introduce myself. I asked you guys to send in your questions on Instagram, and you did. There are a ton to go through, and they were really interesting this time. Good questions. And I thought this would be a good video to do post-Halloween. I feel like we could all use a bit of a cleanse. I feel like I could use a week off of true crime just for my mental health, and I'm having a minor surgery this week, so I just want to be able to chill out, and instead of not posting, I thought it would be better to post a Q&A. And yeah, here we are. So Janelle's actually here, which a lot of you probably know Janelle from Mile Higher. She's our producer, and she co-hosts my new podcast called The Sesh with me. So she's gonna be reading off the questions. Bernie's like desperate to be here right now. You wanna sit up here? Okay, you gotta sit down. All right, what do we got?
All right, first question. Have you ever felt sympathy for a killer?
Yes, I have. I feel like that's a very controversial opinion to have in true crime in general. I guess I should be looking at the camera, not you. There are so many killers who were horribly abused as children or went through something horrific and traumatizing, and I find it impossible not to feel some sense of sympathy for them, but at the same time I don't think it excuses it, and I don't think they should not be punished because of what they have been through. However, I do feel that pain for them as a child and what they went through, because I don't believe any child should go through any type of abuse, and so many of them do, which leads them to go and hurt others. So it's kind of a complicated issue.
All right, this person asked, do you like K-pop? What are your thoughts on it?
Actually, yes. I think I do like K-pop. For a long time I thought it was really annoying, and honestly, I don't vibe with most of the songs, but lately I have been bopping to a few BTS songs. Like that Dynamite song, pretty good.
Are you married?
Yes, I am married. I have been married 4 years now, a little over 4 years, to my husband Josh, and we've been together for 10 years. And most of you know him from our podcast, Mile Higher Podcast. It's always linked below.
All right, this one's a burning question. You got up and vomited in one of your recent videos. Are you pregnant?
Everyone has a different opinion on this one, it seems. I literally just went and threw up. A lot of people asked this. A lot of people thought because I puked that definitely means
So
I'm
many
pregnant.
people.
Well, I hate to break it to you, I am definitely not pregnant. It's impossible for me to be pregnant at this moment, actually. And yeah, I just threw up because the case was disgusting and I have a weak stomach.
Did you and Janelle ever lose touch as you grew older before becoming besties? I have with mine.
Yes, we totally have over the years. We're cousins, if you don't know, and you know, we're like about 2 years apart, so whenever we were growing up, we would always be slightly off of each other as far as maturity or what we were into at the time. Like I was really into Disney Channel when she was still into Nickelodeon and SpongeBob. We were kind of just like always slightly off. I was in middle school and she was in elementary, high school, same thing. Even in college, I feel like when I first left college and you were still in college, you were in a totally different phase of your life. And so yeah, we've kind of just, depending on what age we're at and if we can share the most experience in that age, then we get along better. But now that we're just old, I don't know if we'll ever have another like phase.
I was about to say, I feel like it doesn't really matter as much the older you get,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Maybe when I have kids.
Yeah.
We'll be like not on the same page anymore. Not friends.
What is the minor surgery you are getting?
I am getting my teeth done. So I'm really excited about this. Many of you, I'm sure, have noticed that my front teeth are chipped. I get comments about it all the time, so I know that a lot of you do notice. By the way, the sun is getting kind of crazy right now. I forgot it was daylight savings time today. So the sun is currently setting, so I'll have to move quickly here. But I am getting veneers because I've had this chipped tooth that keeps re-chipping. I've had bonding put on it so many times and it just keeps falling off. So about 2 years ago, I just gave up and I've had the chip just hanging free. So now I want to get an actual veneer put onto it because I've had a lot of sensitivity issues as well. Like even drinking hot or cold things, the steam will get to it and it just like hits that nerve and is really uncomfortable. But my teeth are so tiny that I can't get a veneer that goes any longer than my tooth is because they're really short. So I have to get gum surgery to go upward and put the veneer higher up so that it won't chip off immediately. So I'm just getting like the top layer of my gums taken off and then they shave down a little bone. But the reason I can't be on camera is because they only have brown stitches available. That's it for tooth surgery. We're in 2020.
Yeah, where's like the pink gum color stitches?
Or clear.
Clear, yeah.
White I would take, even yellow. Brown. So I'm taking a couple days off camera.
Thoughts on Micheal Turney's arrest?
Oh, so happy.
I am announcing the grand jury indictment for second-degree murder of Micheal Roy Turney, Alyssa's stepfather.
Just a bombshell arrest tonight.
I would love to get Sarah back on my channel at some point. I'm sure she'll come visit again once the pandemic's over. She came right before shit hit the fan this year, but she's got to come on and talk about the whole thing. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I'm referring to the Alyssa Turney case, which I did a video on with her sister. It was the first video I worked on with a victim's family member, and I got really close to Sarah. I still am to this day, and she has just blown up since. She has done tons of podcast interviews. She has her own podcast, which I will link below. It's called Voices for Justice. And then she also has a TikTok account, and she raised so much awareness about her father, who she believes murdered her sister, and I believe that too, wholeheartedly. And I think because of her efforts, he was arrested this year, and they are actually going to trial, which is just insane. So it'll be wild to see how that all turns out. I'm just ecstatic to see that this actually happened. I mean, I have to be honest that at one point I just felt like it was impossible. Like too much time had passed and there's too much bullshit in the police department, but it's just incredible. It was the best news of 2020, for sure.
What do you believe happens when you die?
Broad question. I'm one of those people who I definitely don't have like a solid idea that I am 100% that I believe this happens. I tend to lean towards reincarnation. I don't really believe in hell. So I don't really know if I believe in a heaven necessarily, but I don't know. Like I said, I'm not too solid in any belief.
Do any of your fur babies sleep in bed with you, or do they all have their own bed or space?
Well, the big dogs sleep downstairs. They have big crates that they sleep in. But the little dogs sleep in the bed with us. We have 2 little dogs, 2 big dogs. So 4 dogs total. And then I have 3 cats, and they kind of just sleep wherever they want throughout the house. And then I have bunnies, and they sleep in their own bunny room.
How do you cope with some of the dark things that you talk about?
Oh my gosh. I mean, I would be lying if I said that it's not really hard sometimes to do these videos, especially Halloween. Like, as you guys saw, I struggled through some of them because they're so disturbing and dark. And I'm such an emotional person that it's hard to walk away from that and not feel anything or not think about it at all or not let it affect you. So it's really been something I've had to learn how to do over time. And the biggest thing that I've changed is that before I started doing this for a living, I would watch true crime content for fun all the time. And it was my downtime content. And I would consume, like I love Dexter and just ID discovery and documentaries. And now I only watch that stuff when I'm working on them because I have to separate my work from something that is supposed to relax me. And then I try to consume content that is actually relaxing when I'm not working on a video or working on a podcast.
Have you watched the Netflix show about the Watts family?
No, not yet, but I want to. A lot of you have told me to watch it and said that you liked it, I was really not into the live action one that was done. I didn't ever see it, but just the commercial alone was disgusting to me. But I've heard this documentary was pretty well done and tasteful. However, a lot of people said that it didn't quite cover everything, so that's kind of disappointing. But I think a lot of people did like it, so I think I'm gonna eventually check it out. It's just so intense. It's such a sad case. I mean, Chris Watts angers me to the next level. So it's kind of like one of those things. It's gonna be an exhausting process to sit down and watch that. I'm gonna feel angry during it, and I already feel emotional even talking about it. So I've kind of been avoiding it, but I've heard it was pretty good.
Are you tired of YouTube and all their dumb policies?
Yes, tired of YouTube and all their dumb policies, 100%.
I know you're not religious, so what do you turn to in times of anxiety and uncertainty?
You know, I definitely am not religious in a sense that I'm not part of an organized religion, but I am a very spiritual person. And just because you're not religious doesn't mean you don't pray. That's how I personally feel. At least I pray all the time, and I don't know who I'm even praying to. Sometimes I feel like I'm praying to like a higher self or a higher power, even though I have no concept of what that is. But just voicing out my thoughts or even just kind of self-soothing really works for me in times of need.
And manifestation's like a prayer form almost.
Yeah, manifestation I would consider to be kind of like a prayer, yeah.
Do you think that there's a spiritual connection between organ donors and receivers?
I mean, I am open to that idea for sure. I've heard some crazy stories of people that have really connected with the person that their organ came from. So, I mean, I wouldn't have any idea since I've never experienced it myself, but from what I've heard, I think it's possible.
All right, next question. Are there any true crime case theories you and Josh disagree on?
Sometimes we disagree. I can't think of anything in particular that we really disagree on, but sometimes we disagree on like finer details. And some people get like kind of like think that we're fighting because we have a disagreement on a case, which I think personally makes that more entertaining to hear multiple opinions. But yeah, we definitely sometimes disagree on cases.
How do you stay organized with YouTube and 2 podcasts?
Well, I have Janelle, which is a huge help. But the biggest thing is we have a schedule. We plan everything out as far in advance as we can, and we try to stick to it. We have days that we do everything. Like I film normally on Wednesdays. We do the sesh normally on Wednesdays. We do Mile Higher on Fridays. We have research days, editing days. Like everything is kind of a weekly process that we go through over and over and over again every week. And we always work a week ahead too. So that really helps because that, you know, technical issues always come up. So having a little extra time really helps, although sometimes we're down to the wire and it's still like a shit show, and you know, it's technology. You can't always be perfect, yeah.
What's your personality type from the Myers-Briggs test?
You need to get out of here. Did you just fart? Disgusting. I am an INFJ, and I think it fits me incredibly well. I think that test is actually pretty spot on. And I really like learning about what my traits mean and how I could improve, and other people that are the same as me. I feel like we like instantly connect when I hear someone's an INFJ or even an INFP or something that's just one off for me. I'm like, oh, okay, we kind of vibe.
Fuck, marry, kill. Thanksgiving, Christmas, or Halloween?
Oh.
That's so good.
That is good. Okay, definitely kill Thanksgiving.
Bye.
Least fun, let's just be honest. I love to be thankful, love to be grateful, but it is the least fun. Yeah, you can do that every day, right? You don't need a day for that. And fuck Christopher Columbus and all that shit. So probably fuck Halloween, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Christmas for life. I want that shit for life.
Would you and Josh ever get a reptile for the Mile Higher animal crew? Maybe a lizard?
Honestly, I wouldn't rule out owning a reptile one day, although I think it would be very difficult. And Josh and I are really busy already with the 10 pets that we have. So caring for a reptile requires a lot of research and understanding of what they need. There's a lot of habitat control and temperature control, making sure their humidity levels are right. And that just all really freaks me out that something could go wrong. And I just don't have the time to like make sure I do a good job. I do really like snakes, but I don't want to feed them mice. And I don't want to feed crickets to anything. Like I also really like chameleons, but yeah, I'm not into the crickets.
Do you and Josh want kids?
Yes. I feel like I've answered this question so many times over the years. Whenever I do a Q&A, the most common question is about future children. It's pretty funny. I definitely want to have kids. I'm just not quite there. Like we're almost ready to start having kids, but we're doing a lot right now. Like I said, we're really busy and I've had a lot of health issues, so I'm just not quite ready, but I do want them very bad one day.
What has taken up too much time of your life?
Social media. Social media, 100%. I mean, I feel like that's most people's answers these days. If you look at your screen time, it is some scary shit how much you spend on social media, or at least I do. It's bad. Like I try to reduce it as much as I can, but when you calculate how much time you waste of your life scrolling Twitter and Instagram, it makes me want to throw up.
Do you still plan on moving to Florida? I remember in your old vlogs you mentioned wanting to.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of you remember that. That was quite the impulsive decision. Yeah, we had the moving truck, we had the moving date, we were gonna move for sure. But then we realized it was just not a good idea. I was moving because I wanted to be close to my grandma and I wanted a change of scene and to be close to the beach. And to be honest, my personal life at that point was really not good. I was struggling with my family and just things going on at home, and I kind of wanted to just pack up and get away from all of it. So Florida sounded like a pretty good idea, but I thought it through, and yeah, my whole life is in Colorado. I love this state and I'll honestly probably raise my kids here. I don't see myself moving out of this state for a long, long time.
Follow up on that, someone wants to know if you would ever live anywhere else besides Colorado, like eventually.
That is a good follow-up. Yeah, I mean, eventually I would never move to California. I know a lot of people ask me if I want to move to LA because I'm a YouTuber, but no, I would never move to LA. If anything, I would like to move to a coast though, and I don't know if I would want to go to the East Coast necessarily, so I mean, if I could, I would go to Hawaii or like another country, but I don't know how realistic that'll be for my lifestyle, but I don't know. It's a dream of mine to like, you know, retire in Hawaii or something one day, but yeah, no plans as of any time soon to leave Colorado.
Do you get recognized in public often? If so, do you like or mind being approached by fans?
I do have quite a few fans in Colorado. I'm surprised. And it's happened more and more recently. Like even just around where I live, I see people all the time. And it's really nice. It feels like you instantly connect with someone. There is that moment where they look at you and they're like, it's like you can see it happening in their head, like they figure out who you are, or they recognize you. I definitely don't mind when people come up to me. It's always a really fun experience getting to meet people in person and then being able to remember their face. And if you're ever filming and you're just having trouble talking to the camera, to be able to picture someone that you've met in real life watching really helps.
Do you like houseplants? If so, what are your favorite?
Oh my gosh, do I like houseplants? I have an obsession with houseplants. I think my favorite, this Monstera back here is a fave. I have a few of these guys and they're just so beautiful. So I'd probably say my Monstera.
Do you see yourself as a crime investigator in real life or similar?
Absolutely not. I do not see myself as an investigator of any type. I think some people think I am, or I have a criminal justice background, which I absolutely do not. I'm just very interested in this stuff. And I go off of information that is online, you know, through different sources. But I can only work with what's already out there. I would see myself as like, well, I really see myself as a true crime YouTuber, but I guess if you had to classify it as something, it would be more like journalistic, you know, reporting, not as a part of the criminal justice system in any way.
If you could talk to anyone who you did a video about who passed away, who would it be?
Honestly, because I spent so much time with their family, I think I would want to talk to Christian Andreacchio because I just feel like I know him so well after being in his house and spending time with his parents and his friends and his teachers. I feel like I already know him, so that would be someone I would love to talk to. Someone that I wish I could have met. The sun is getting crazy, guys.
How is your health journey going?
My health journey is still going. It's still a journey. I haven't talked about it a lot in here. Actually, I don't know if I've talked about it at all on here. If you don't know, I have a couple things going on. I have PCOS, I have Hashimoto's disease, which is thyroid disease. A lot of you point out my thyroid. Yes, it is inflamed because it is constantly under attack. So it's like, yeah, it's sad and inflamed all the time. And it gets extra inflamed sometimes. So sometimes it looks worse than other times if I'm going through a flare-up. But then recently I found out that I have reactivated Epstein-Barr virus, which is really shitty. It is mono reactivated. So I had mono when I was in 4th grade, and at some point in my life it became reactivated, and I didn't know for years and years and years. And it's very likely that it caused my Hashimoto's disease as well as fibromyalgia, which I also have been diagnosed with. So yeah, it's been a journey for sure. I'm still in the midst of it all. I'm still trying to get better and learn how to cope with it. It's been really hard. I mean, not gonna lie, going through all of my health issues and the chronic pain I experience and the fatigue and so many other symptoms, I won't get into it all, has been really, really hard on me mentally, physically, as you can imagine. But I feel that I've gotten a lot more used to it, and I'm functioning a lot better than I was when I first started experiencing all my fibro symptoms. Yeah, it's still a journey. I'm still trying to figure it out. But I do have a naturopath doctor, and I've been going down that road the last 6 months or so, and I feel a lot more confident that I'm getting better help now.
Is it true that the studio is haunted?
I think so, sadly. It's really unfortunate. I feel like most YouTubers want their shit to be haunted so they can do paranormal storytime videos, but it is so inconvenient to have a ghost fucking with your electronics, okay? So I had an issue even in here when I was filming all the Crime-tober videos. I kept having this issue with this candle relighting during the night. You know, I'd have all my candles in the back of the wall, so every night I'd go and I'd blow them all out, and then one of the nights, the next morning, Josh told me that I'd left one on. And I was like, oh my God, how dumb. Like, how could I have left one on if I blew them all out? That seems kind of weird. So the next night when I filmed, I made sure to blow them all out, and it was completely dark in this room that I'm filming in right now when I left. Next morning, a different candle was on. So not even the same one. So that shit's crazy. And then the studio, I guess that was your question, is the studio haunted? I feel like the studio haunting is like rubbing off on my house now. But yes, I mean, Janelle knows we have so many issues in there with the microphones, to the point where there'll be this kind of static noise in the microphones, and we'll unplug them and they will still be making the noise.
There's literally no electricity going through the mic and it still does it.
And now we have our cameras will shake if we talk about ghosts, or if we talk about certain things that are like a little out there, the camera sometimes will shake. But it's not physically moving at all.
Or it'll go in and out of focus really bad.
Yeah.
It won't focus, or it'll go in and out.
I don't know what's going on, guys, it's bad. Wow, the sun is getting out of control. You're my golden hour.
What's your favorite conspiracy theory of all time?
Definitely JFK. The whole thing. I totally believe in it. I don't care what anyone says. You can't convince me otherwise. Can't convince me that it didn't happen.
Did you attend UNC? What did you study? I graduated there too.
Yes, I did. University of Northern Colorado. That is not North Carolina, unfortunately. Cowtown, Greeley. Super nice. Actually, can't complain. It was a pretty good time. I did enjoy going to school there. I had a good experience, and I studied teaching, but decided to bail about the 3rd year into that, and I changed my degree to communications and continued down the road of YouTube.
Someone wants to know if you're going to be recording vlogs soon.
Yes, I'm sorry. I've been really slacking on the vlogs. Honestly though, I just needed a break from them. I think vlogging can be super toxic. I think it's really important if you're going to vlog in any capacity online to never force yourself to do it or feel bad if you're not sharing something. I think privacy is really important, and especially if you're going through a hard time, and my life's very boring lately. I'm dealing with a lot of health stuff. I just felt like I needed some space and some time from that channel, but I do want to get back on it. I don't want to stop vlogging forever. So I would expect to see a vlog from me in the next month or so.
If you could interview a convicted murderer who is still in prison, who would it be and why?
I think it would probably be Scott Peterson, because I have a lot of questions. There's many things I'd like to clear up for myself. But honestly, I would be really terrified to interview any convicted killer in prison. That would be very intense. I don't know if I could mentally do it. I'm too much of a emotional person or an empath. Like, their energy would rub off on me.
How many siblings do you have?
I have one sister. She's 3 years younger than me, and she lives pretty close by. I get to see her a lot. Her name is Annalie.
After COVID, would you ever do a meet and greet?
Yes, of course. After COVID, there's a lot of things I want to do after COVID.
If you were killed, who would you pick to solve your case?
Well, I guess I can answer this. I would probably want Paul Holes to try to solve my case. I think he's very smart. And I would want Sarah Turney to do a podcast on it.
Do you smoke weed?
Yes. I think most people know that, but yeah, yes I do. I do for my health issues mainly. It's a medication for me, truly. But yep, I am 420 friendly.
All right, and the last one is, do you stay in contact with family members you've worked with on your Where Is videos?
Yes, I do. I've made a lot of friends through that process, like working on the video for the weeks leading up to when it goes up. You get to talk to people a lot, and I've met some really cool people that I will probably eventually see again in life, or they'll come back and do interviews. Yeah, I've really stayed in contact with every family member I've worked with for the most part. All right, the sun is going down. I think we're gonna have to wrap up now. Wow, Janelle just covered up the entire thing. That's perfect, just stand there. I hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A. I will be back next week with a normal true crime video. Be sure to follow me on social media and Instagram at Kendall Rae on YT if you want to be part of the next Q&A. But before I go, I wanted to thank today's sponsor and tell you a little bit more about Raycon. So you guys know that I absolutely love my Raycons. I just got this blue pair. They're so cute, so convenient. They just go right into your bag and they charge right in this case. Raycon earbuds are comfortable, they fit really nicely, they have multiple sizes to pick from for the actual earbuds so that they fit and they're comfortable in your ears. And the best part is there are no dangling wires, it's just these earbuds. And what's so awesome is they are about half the price of other premium wireless earbud brands, but the quality is incredible. Their latest model, the Everyday E25, gives you 6 hours of playtime, seamless Bluetooth pairing, more bass, and a more compact design that gives you a nice noise isolating fit. And if you end up not liking them, you can send them back because they have a 45-day return policy, so you can make sure you truly like them and they're the best pair for you. They're perfect for wearing out and about, you know, to the gym, or even at home if you're spending a lot of time at home lately, just while you're cooking, cleaning, doing chores. You can listen to podcasts, whatever you want to listen to. They sound great on Raycons. And they come in a few different colors, so you can get the ones that you personally like the best. They really are great. I truly like them and recommend them, so check them out at the link below. It's buyraycon.com/Kendall Rae to get 15% off your order, so definitely take advantage of that. Thank you to Raycon for sponsoring this video. And the sun is almost completely set, so that is it for me today, guys. I hope you're having a good day. Stay safe, and I will see you in my next video.